Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea. It's nice to have you guys here. This feels a little bit weird and awkward because it feels like forever since I've sat down in front of the camera and talked to you guys properly. It's been, about a month since I sat down to film the haul videos, and then it's been even longer than that since I did any kind of sit-down video. I was doing so many vlogs. Anyway, even though it is now beginning of February, I can't believe it's February, I wanted to sit down and do kind of a 2016 recap review kind of a video, and then looking forward to 2017. Yeah, it's been too long since I've sat down. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Lighting is a bit different because randomly it's a cloudy day in the desert. So I don't have as much natural light as I normally do. So I've got my dining room light on, which I hope isn't making it too yellowy, but we're just gonna roll with it. I've got my bullet journal with my list of what happened last year because it's all a blur, and I've got my iced latte. Okay, so getting into the recap. Last year was an interesting year. It had a lot of ups and downs. It didn't start out that great. Unfortunately, my grandmother passed away in January of last year of 2016. The loss of a grandparent is, it's difficult, but it's interesting. It's hard because on the one hand, you know that your grandparent had a long and wonderful life, and it's not tragic in the same way as losing someone who's still very young. But the way I kind of felt about it, especially with this most recent passing of my grandmother compared to my other grandparents, two of them I was so little it barely registered. I was sad, and I knew it was a bad thing, and I knew my parents were upset, but I was still too young to fully understand why. But losing a grandparent as an adult, it's like a part of your childhood dying. You know, your grandparents are sometimes the people who know you the best and have known you the longest, and they have so many of those memories, and when they go, there's a part of you and a part of your life and a part of your childhood that goes with them, if that makes sense. It's sad and it's horrible, and the circumstances, you know, she had a stroke, and I won't get into all of those details. Oh, there's sun coming back. I think she knows I'm talking about her. Okay, Grandma. Grandma's bringing out the sunshine. Yeah, it's difficult, and we miss her, and it just does feel like it's a part of you and a part of your childhood that goes with them that you can't get back. And it reminds you that life is fleeting and it's precious, and those memories are precious. And so 2016 got off to a rocky start. In February, I turned 35, and on the same day as my birthday, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. Yay! Or no, I don't think it was the same. I think it was that week. Oh, it was all a blur. But it was right around my birthday. I think it was the same week that I had my doctor's appointment, because I think on my birthday I went down to the Phoenix Art Museum. And it was funny because I was vlogging that day, and I also came home from the art museum and I sat down and I filmed my first YouTube video. I filmed the Welcome to My Channel video, which was the first video I ever put up, and I filmed a, still to this day, never seen February favorites, because I took 40 minutes to film it, and I still didn't know how to edit. So I had no way to edit 40 minutes down into a reasonable amount, so I ended up never uploading that video. But so my birthday is actually the anniversary of filming, but I ended up not uploading anything until April, because shortly after, my birthday's on the 24th, so it's the very end of February. In March I got sick, and I didn't want to upload a video and then not be well enough to film the next video. So I waited and waited and waited until I was finally better and was able to film, and then I put up my first video on April 1st. And it was not a joke. even though I looked and sounded awkward enough that it probably could have been a joke. That video is still there. I've never taken it down. It was the channel trailer for the longest time, but it is still there if you want to go back and see just how awkward I was. And then we started the long summer. The summer here starts very early. And I taught summer school, and I nearly died every day in the heat because it's really hot. But somehow I got through it. In August, I switched health insurance. That was not fun. Some of you who are watching my vlogs at the time will remember just how much stress I was under with that, but it finally got sorted out, and it was all okay, and it was good. September, the weather finally started cooling down, and by cooling down I mean it finally started getting, I think we had our last triple digit in September, triple digit temperature. By the end of September we were pretty well into the 90s, which was a nice relief for about 2 weeks, and then I started complaining about the heat again because it was still too hot and I wanted it to get colder. October was both good and bad. Vlog. Yeah, so we can see where I'm going. In October, I did Vlogtober, which was my first vlogging month, which was a huge challenge. Oh my goodness, that was such a challenge. But it was really fun, and I feel like it did a lot of really great things for the channel. If I say I gained a lot of new subscribers, I feel like that makes me sound like I'm focused more on the subscriber number, but I feel like in October I made a lot of new friends on here. Yeah, I just made some new friends that really kind of stuck around, and then I think some of you got to know me better because of the vlogs, and so even some of you who had been subscribed prior to October, we just started talking more through the vlogs, and so it was really nice, and I wasn't expecting that. I did not expect Vlogtober to go down as well as it did. I certainly wasn't expecting people to say that they were going to miss it when it was done. But I heard that quite a few times, which, thank you. So yeah, so that was great, but some of you might remember that there were a few pre-filmed videos at the very beginning of the month, and that was because a close family member, and I'm fine with being open about me, but with my family, I hate being too personal and sharing their personal business. But someone that I'm very close to was sick and was in the hospital, and it was okay, and we knew what we were dealing with, and we knew how things were going to go. But I spent the first few days of October in the hospital with them, and obviously I couldn't vlog that, which was why there were a bunch of pre-filmed videos. That was rough, but having YouTube really helped compared to when we've been in this situation in the past. We'd gone through all of it before, and so to have the videos to edit and then replying to people's comments while in the hospital, it just made a huge difference to have YouTube and to have Vlogtober and to have, needing to upload a video every day and always having something to edit. It made such a huge difference. So October was interesting, and then November started off rough with an election that we won't dwell on. Yeah, we won't dwell on that. And then I got sick at the end of it, so I was sick over Thanksgiving, so November was rough. And then December was Vlogmas, Christmas, and then London. December, we kind of ended the year with a bang. Ended it in a much happier, better place than the year started. You all will have seen from Vlogmas and from the London vlogs what I got up to during those months and how much fun it was, and it was great that I could share that with you guys. The London trip especially. Been to London several times, but I've never vlogged it. Sharing it with all of you and reading your comments saying that it felt like you were there with me just meant the world, because number one, I wish I could have taken you guys with me. I wish I could have fit you all in my suitcase, and that would have been amazing. And two, because I couldn't do that, I was filming and editing with the intention of trying to make it seem like you were there with me. I really did want you to feel that way. So the fact that I apparently was somewhat successful with that makes me feel great. Because it's my favorite city, as many of you have noticed. I love sharing it with people. I love sharing things I love with people, and London is one of the things I love. And so to be able to use this channel to share that with you was just fantastic. And I had a blast. It was tough on me physically, which I will talk about very soon. I'm not gonna nail myself down to a date, but very soon, definitely before the month is out, I'm going to do a video on what it was like traveling with fibromyalgia. It was an experience, we'll say that. So that's kind of 2016. Now looking at 2017, it is nearly the middle of February, which means my birthday is coming up again. So my birthday will be at the end of the month. I have mixed feelings about it. Birthdays are weird. They're just weird to me. I'm not nervous or anxious or scared about turning 36. I'm actually kind of excited about 36. For some reason it feels bigger than turning 35. I have no idea what that extra year is, why it feels so different. But I don't really do anything for my birthday, so it just, I don't know, I feel like birthdays, there's this pressure to do something for your birthday, like have a big party, and I don't do that. So I do have plans to go out to dinner with my family, and I will probably take the vlogging camera with me and show you guys that. So it'll be fun. We'll do something. In April, I'll hit 1 year on YouTube. I'm almost more excited about my YouTube channel's birthday than I am about my own birthday, and that's probably a bit weird, but I can't help it. It's just that feeling of accomplishment, because I honestly didn't think I was gonna make it a whole year. I thought that I would be done within a few months because I thought no one was going to watch and I wasn't gonna keep going. As time consuming as this is to do a YouTube channel, I was not gonna keep doing it if no one was watching. But you guys did watch. At the time that I'm filming this, I'm around 550. I think I'm at 555, which is pretty amazing. At the end of the semester, I'm hoping to be through portfolio revisions, comp exam, prospectus, and colloquy. Cross your fingers for me, say some prayers for me, whatever you do, whatever you believe in, just send me some positive energy and thoughts, because I really, really, really need to be, we call it ABD, all but dissertation, and I really, really need to be ABD by the end of this semester. And then later in the year, sort of the second half of the year, I will be writing my dissertation, which is going to be interesting, and preparing to go on the job market, which is going to be terrifying. And then one bit of good news that I'm really excited about, and that I have not announced yet, so you guys are going to be the first to hear it. I have been accepted to present a paper at a conference in October. Really excited, even though now I have to write a conference paper at the same time that I'll be writing my dissertation, because that's not going to be nerve-wracking at all. But the conference is in London. So for those of you who have been asking throughout the London vlogs if I'm planning my next trip yet, the answer is yes, because I have to be in London by October 27th is the first day of the conference. Nothing is booked, and I've already paid my conference registration and my association membership fee, so I'm already 20 pounds sunk into this. It would have to be some horrible catastrophe that would prevent me from going, because honestly, the networking opportunities, especially as I would be going on the job market, I almost can't afford not to go. Still working out all of the details, but there is an opportunity and a reason to go to London in October, so I'm now just frantically trying to make it work. I still can't believe it. Seriously, I sent out the abstract and the proposal for the presentation thinking this is complete crap. There's no way it's going to get accepted, but my advisor had sent me the CFP, the call for papers, on 3 separate occasions, so I felt like I had to submit something, and then it got accepted. Note to all of my other grad school followers, again, proof that we are much harder on ourselves than is actually warranted or necessary, and our work is clearly not always as crap as we think it is. So apply and submit and turn things in even if you think you have no chance, because you probably do. Those are the kind of exciting things on the future. And then goals and things that I want to work on. These are not resolutions because I do not make New Year's resolutions, but just goals. I want to keep improving the channel. I feel like when I look back at early videos, I have definitely improved. I'm definitely more comfortable in front of the camera. My editing has gotten better. I don't want to sound conceited or like I'm bragging, but I've definitely improved. So I want to keep working on that. And I want to continue building and developing networks and friends on here. I want to keep making friends, and I want to keep finding other channels that do kind of similar things to me, with creators that I have things in common with. I want to keep making connections and friendships with other creators who will be honestly supportive of me and my channel as I try to be honestly supportive of theirs. I think that's what I value the most, as well as subscribers who maybe don't have channels but honestly engage with mine. That means a lot, and who become friends with me perhaps outside of YouTube, on Instagram and whatnot. And that means a lot, connecting with other PhD students and other grad students who kind of know what I'm going through. Other fibromyalgia patients, it's been incredible to connect with more fibro people. So I want to keep working on that, and even if I only gain 10 or 20 subscribers this year, like, it's not about that number. It's just I want to keep making new friends. That's kind of the most important thing to me. And then other goals, really just get through my PhD. I have to graduate. I'm out of funding after next year, and the thought of trying to finish without funding is way too stressful, so I need to finish. So like I said, prayers, fingers crossed, all those good things. I would greatly appreciate it, because it's gonna be an interesting year. But I will continue with YouTube. I didn't know if I was going to continue more than a year. Now I can't imagine not doing this. So I do have some videos planned and coming up, and I will get back into weekly vlogs. So those of you who are missing vlogs, don't know that anyone is, you're probably sick of me, but the weekly vlogs will be coming back very soon. So I'm gonna shut up, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you're not subscribed, because lots of fun stuff coming up. Leave me a comment, say hi, because it feels like all the other videos were so pre-filmed. Like, now this is going up only a couple days after I film it. So say hi and let me know how you're doing, and we'll have a chat in the comments. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.